SPconvo. SPconvo. Let's do it. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Black teenager found dead. Nolan Wells. I got a lot of things to say about this one, man. And of course, it's the obvious. It's the obvious. What is a black kid doing all alone with three white friends? What is a black kid doing all alone with three white friends? That's what I want to know. So I did a little research on them. It said Nolan Wells, an 18-year-old Mississippi. Sorry. Nolan Wells was an 18-year-old from Mississippi who had recently began to play football at Southwest Mississippi Community College as a wide receiver. He was also a standout at Ocean Springs High School, where he was known for his talent, kindness, and positive presence in the community. His family, including parents Elmore and Christine Wansley, have been publicly active in seeking information about his disappearance. I'm trying to look up some information on his friends, but nothing is popping up as of right now. So this morning they found his body on the island. They said the last they seen him, he was talking to a girl. Where? On the island, he was talking to a girl? Or before they got on the boat to go to the island? From what I'm hearing, the rumor is his friends already lawyered up. They already have been speaking to lawyers about the situation. Nolan Wells' family said it is one time to grieve. What would make three kids decide to have their black friend go with them to a remote island? I don't know. Why was Nolan Wells so comfortable going with his friends? This is fair use. It's a news article. It's too much, man.
Wells went missing. Search crews like this one you see here in the air have been searching for him for more than 40 hours now. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Brandy McGill. Will Polston has been on the scene at a command post in Jackson County all morning as they search, and he now joins us live. Good morning to you, Will.
Hey, good morning, Brandy. We got word here just at about 8:45 that there was a body found on Horn Island, and the officials are now working on bringing that back. Now, as of right now, we do not have an identity of the body that was found, but I can confirm that Nolan Wells' family is here at the Lake Mars boat launch. Now, they've asked us not to show the camera in that direction right now of the family grieving. There is quite a bit of family and friends here from Nolan's family, but like I said, we do not have identity as of right now. Sheriff Ledbetter did confirm that a park ranger ended up finding the body that was found, and the coroner was here earlier and has since left. They left right at about 10 o'clock, just after 10 a.m., waiting on getting official confirmation on the identity, cause of death, and everything else in between. Of course, as we find out more information, we're going to be updating you on our website at WLOX.com. But as of right now, a really somber scene as the family all gathered around, hugging and trying to enjoy each other's company during a somber time. Again, still waiting to find out the official identification of the body found, though. Reporting live in Jackson County, Will Polston, WLOX News Now.
Well, thank you so much for that. So Nolan Wells, he's also a football player at Southwest Mississippi Community College, SMCC, also putting out a statement.
All right. You know, America just, had its 250-year anniversary. That was on July 4th. I always said this. This is my saying. This is the SPconvo saying. The original narrative of America is black and white, like that original black and white cookie. I said this often. Whenever there's black and white involved in the news, it's going to make headlines. Black person harm a white person, make the news, headlines. White person hurt a black person, as in what we're hearing right now with Nolan Wells, make the news, headlines. Camilla Anthony, Austin Metcalf, headlines. You know, it's sad, but it's the American way. And I just said this the other day. I want America to be an evolved country, a strict country, an inclusive country. No more racism. The original narrative has to be over. America is now a culturally biased country. Everybody from different nations are in America with the different ideologies of how to look at black people. Really, the same mindset that white people have about blacks, other people want to have that same mindset towards blacks. But even when you have black people going against other nationalities, it don't make the news because it's still people of color. But when it's white on black, preferably white American on black American, this is what you get here. I was not there, but something happened to that young boy. Something happened. And to me, it's just common sense. 4 y'all go to an island, 3 come back, 1 is missing. The Coast Guard find him. He's unalive. Now it could be, let's just say, they always drinking and they forgot and they left him on the island. And he been gone since what, Saturday, Sunday, Monday? That's 2 days out there. It gets very cold at night. He probably froze to death. Even though it's the summertime, hey, cold air. No sunlight, no warmth. He probably froze to death. He probably starved to death, no food. He probably went to go take a swim, realized the water's too deep, made a U-turn, and crawled back onto the land and succumbed. Or they probably did harm to him. He was a star wide receiver on the community college. Probably jealousy. Nah, I'm just speculating. It's sad to see this a reoccurrence happening when it comes to young black males. Seems to be the norm. If I'm gonna go out on a ledge and I'm gonna say this could be some type of get back for Carmelo Anthony doing that to Austin Metcalf. He's 18. Carmelo Anthony's 19. You know, that teenage years. There's rumors to believe that one of the kids' father is an FBI agent and one of the other kids' father is a judge. Rumors. They said the local news confirmed that a body matching the description of Wells had been found by the U.S. Park Service. I said Coast Guard, forgive me. The body was discovered around 8:45 on the west end of Horn Island. So what end did they start it on? All these things are questionable. If they started on the east part of the island, did harm to him and dragged him to the west, ran back to the east part, got on a boat and came back to the mainland. Who knows? But a black teenager was found unalive. No way to get back to the mainland. Now, I'm not going to point the finger, but I'm going to state my opinion. I wonder what kind of parents he had. I wonder if his parents were equating to him having white friends as being on his way to being successful in life. You know, sometimes people of color have this mindset that if it ain't white, it's not right. Or if you hang with the white, your career could take flight. Maybe all this is true. Maybe this is the reason why some black families tell their kids to go to college. Get out of the hood. Deal with different people. See the world. Stop being so closed off. Integrate. It's better for you. Then you have some black families that tell their kids, don't you dare go to no white schools. Don't you dare put yourself way out there where you can't be found, where you never be found. I mean, let's be real, people. Let's be real. This world could be a wicked place, right? And none of us want to lose our loved ones. None of us want to lose our loved ones. And we all fear losing our children. We all want our children to come back home safe and sound. And how do you raise your children? How do you protect your children? All these factors, all these things parents have to worry about. And still, no matter how well you think you're going to safeguard your children, protect your children, once they leave your circumference, there's a pretty good chance they may never come back home. Or they may no longer be that kid That innocent kid that you protected and loved, once they go out there into the world, the elements may consume them and they may come back different than how they left. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Because life is unpredictable, people. And human beings can be uncanny. So getting back to the parents, I'm going to say the parents had to incorporate certain things in him to make him so comfortable to be on a boat with 3 white friends, to go on an island, and trusting them that his safety would be in good hands with them. The parents had to teach him that it's okay to have an open mind to the point where don't worry about the skin color, look at the character. And I just said some people could be uncanny, so they could hide their true character until they get you to where they want you, and that's it. Lights out. Young man, 6'1", 180 pounds. Athletic, strong in stature, but probably very weak in mental fortitude. His physical attributes is one thing, but his mental weak. And I'm gonna point the finger because it seemed like it's the norm. One black person hang outside with a different ethnic group, that person don't come back. But it's never like that when it's black people hanging around with other kids. When there's other kids when there's a group of black kids and there's one person from an ethnic group rocking with black kids don't harm nobody else's child. I'm lying? I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it boldly. When there's a bunch of black kids and there's a person from a different ethnic group hanging with the black kids, black kid, oh, back on, yeah. So yeah, like I said, they're letting the kids know that they are different through roasting, cracking jokes, But that's like willing them in. That's like getting them into it's like when black kids roast other people's children, it's like see if they can handle it, and if they can handle it, now they accept it. They down with the crowd. They're in sync. So other than that, you're not gonna see no black kids go to jail for harming nobody else's child. It just don't happen in the black community. It's more so a person of color hanging with somebody white, and more than likely their child never come back home. You know, I, I'm starting to have a different outlook, and when I say a different outlook, I'm saying I always been very open-minded, open-hearted, and I want everybody, every human being on earth, I want every human being on earth to do better, have better, live better. But the more I say this, I could only imagine in the real world, there's somebody that wouldn't care if I'm not here no more or my kids not here no more. Meaning I have an open mind and an open heart, and I'm learning just because I'm that way, don't mean somebody else is that way. So maybe Mr. Wells' parents were like me, open-minded, warm-hearted, and look where it cost their child for teaching their child to be that way. Maybe they should have taught their child to be more like the character of Malcolm X, to hang with your own, stay with your own, produce with your own, come up with your own, be successful with your own. But even that, you see what happened to the late great Malcolm X. He was taken out by his own. This is why I say human beings are uncanny. When I heard this news this morning, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't know who was this Nolan Wells. I just seen it on my phone this morning. I said, what? July 4th? Just the other day. Literally. Literally, just the other day. Just the other day. And that's how fast news happened. That's how fast it's the next situation. That's how fast, within 3 weeks, man, we went from Ricky Chow getting acquitted for Cyrus, right? Carmelo Anthony, 35 years for Austin Metcalf, right? Now we here with this guy here, Nolan Wells. 4 months prior, it was Courtney Clenny, on trial for unaliving Christian on Bumsky. What are we going through, man? What are we going through? Yeah, I'm speaking. My watches go up, my watches go down. People don't want to hear what I'm talking about. Because when it comes to this, I'm not going to be ignorant, man. I'm not going to be ignorant. I'm not going to talk that way. Not this go around. Because this shit got to fucking stop. Black people have to stop being naive, man. We have to stop being naive. And it's hard. Or for the color of your skin, someone want to take you out. For the achievements that you could achieve, for the accomplishments, I don't want to hear, when everything come out, I don't want to hear that he got harmed. He got unalive because they was afraid he's going to be the next top athlete. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. But I'm afraid. I think that's what it's going to be. I think, I think the confession going to be, we didn't like Nolan because too many girls is checking for him. Yeah, he was going to take our females. He was a threat to our mating. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be the scenario when it comes out. They killed that young boy because he's a nice looking young boy and all the girls wanted him. Yeah. I'm going to stick with that. Yeah, black men always get all the girls anyway. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm going to stick with that, man. Now, after I've, I gotta big my black people up, man. I just gotta big my black people up. I don't care, man. Be jealous, man. Be jealous. Nice in sports, nice with the ladies, nice with the music, nice with the craft. We got this down packed, baby. It's our thing. Y'all gonna stop harming black people. They're gonna stop harming black people and let black people have their way. Cause they're not bothering nobody. They're just trying to find their way and let them push. It's well deserved. It's well deserved. You know, for the Camilla Anthony, and I keep reference Camilla Anthony because I think ever since the Camilla Anthony situation and the Ricky Child situation, just the attack on black people for a long, long time, but it's been more prevalent ever since 2020 with George Floyd. I'm gonna honestly say this. Yeah, the attack on black people is real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah. It's deeply rooted coming from somewhere and it's a threat. It's black people being successful is a threat to somebody. I don't know who, when, where, how, but somewhere when they see a black person, they are afraid to let the black man, American born black man, have it all. Because Camilla Anthony was the MVP. I'm lying? Tell me I'm lying. Tell me Camilla Anthony wasn't the MVP. I'll wait. Yeah, I don't see nobody putting that in the chat because they know they can't dispute that. Camilla Anthony was the MVP, man. I'm bigging up black people. And he was the MVP. Because why it takes so many people to do harm to him? Why everybody had to set him up? Why everybody had to set him up? Put him in a. I'm going to say it. He's the MVP because they put him in a vulnerable position. So he's the MVP because he was the most vulnerable person in that position. Gotta get it right. So how we don't know if Mr. Nolan Wells wasn't the MVP on Horns Island, July 4th? How we don't know if Mr. Nolan Wells wasn't the MVP, most vulnerable person the minute he put himself on that boat. And once that boat left the mainland and started dipping and skipping and ripping and hitting that island, that was his fate. He probably realized it when it was too late. Similar to the story we was told of the slaves being taken advantage of coming from Africa, going to the new lands. Most of them never even made it to the new land. They got thrown off the boat and drowned. Their fate was already sealed, but it was too late. I think black people always will be considered the MVP, the most vulnerable people throughout the whole Americas. Because everybody got their eye on black people. Because everybody got their eye on black people. So, I'm not going to be here too long. But I ain't going to leave here too early. Now I want to put some what ifs. What if Nolan Wells' friends had really spoke to lawyers? Why would they lawyer up? If they didn't do nothing to him, why would they lawyer up? What if Nolan Wells realized that when he went to the island, there was nothing there? Maybe he realized it was a setup. What if his friends already had just planned from the beginning? How did you bring your friend to a place and then come back and say you don't know what happened to him? You have no idea. You clueless. How you call a person your friend that end up doing harm to them? These things need to be addressed. Questions need to be asked. Answers need to be given. And as a country, the United States of America need to grow up and stop with this white and black bullshit. Cause this shit getting tired, getting boring. It's outdated. And it's not getting this country nowhere. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. SPconvo. SPconvo.